Hello, the one and only Xylophone here with another ARK Survival Evolved Dossier, and we are here with the Therizinosaur, which is a pretty interesting one because I actually did an unofficial dossier of this a little while ago, so we get to do something fun today. We get to compare the two and see how wrong I was in my predictions about this guy. But just looking at him, it seems that, well, we're getting this guy into the game. Big claws and everything. So, looking at him right now, we can see on the top that it says that they might be really good at gathering wood, which, that flies right in the face of one thing I was suggesting. I was thinking they would be more of a fiber gatherer, but let's get into the dossier and see what they say specifically. In the wild, I'm not entirely sure how the Therizinosaurus multienus stays populated on the island. It's surprisingly slow for its size, and it's a solitary creature, so no pack to back it up. I suppose the fact that sheer power rivals Tyrannosaurus is the only thing that allows this very aggressive, medium-sized herbivore to thrive on the island. So this guy's a tough guy. I mean, obviously he has giant claws, which really help out in most situations, but it said the power rivals a Tyrannosaurus. Now, obviously these guys aren't quite as big as a Tyrannosaurus, but they are fairly big, so they could definitely, I guess, hold their own in a fight. At the bottom it says, the claws of a Therizinosaurus are some of the most versatile biological tools I've ever encountered. As adept as removing trees and foliage from Therizinosaurus' path, as they are at piercing the thick shells and hide of the island's most defensive creatures if backed into a fight. Okay, so this guy's not only going to be able to harvest wood and, I guess, foliage and fiber, he's going to be able to fight things, being able to pierce through armor, which is going to be very useful. Not only will he be able to, fight off an ankylosaur if he ever gets into a fight with one. This probably wouldn't happen because he's an herbivore, but he'll be able to, cut through players' armor. If you have some, chitin armor, even flak, maybe this guy's not the kind of guy you want to get into a fight with. Anyway, when domesticated, a tamed Therizinosaur is one of the most versatile mounts a survivor can have. It can be trained to use its claws brutally or delicately, allowing the rider to primarily harvest the specific kinds of resources that he or she needs with abnormally extreme efficiency. And, in combat, these same claws can pierce straight through the toughest armor. This flexibility more than makes up for its inability to carry the large loads of the island's many herbivorous pack beasts. Okay, so he's not going to be able to carry a ton, but he will be able to gather a ton, and he'll be able to pierce through armor. So a lot of the things I was anticipating about this guy were similar. Obviously the armor piercing I was not anticipating, which will definitely be interesting. If this guy rivals the power of a T-Rex and can pierce through armor, this might be the thing on the island you least want to get into a fight with if you don't have a mount. Even if you do have a mount, it'll pierce through the saddle armor, and it would be very difficult. I'm kind of frightened of fighting these guys, just because so much of what we do relies on our armor. Since we have armor, we can tank hits from a lot of things, but not this guy. So it'll be very interesting to see where that takes us in a fight with this guy. But I definitely want to tame some, because obviously gathering is a big part of the game. It takes a lot of time. You can get a mammoth to gather wood. You can get, you need to build a scythe to gather fiber or use a Gigantopithecus. There's so many different animals that give you so many different things, but with this guy, you can switch in between them, or at least, specialize them in what you want them to gather. So you can go up to a group of fiber, gather fiber, you can get thatch, you can get wood, you can get exactly what you need when you have this guy. He's definitely going to be the most versatile gatherer in the game, and with that armor piercing ability, he's going to be... everyone's going to need to have one of these, period. It's going to be definitely amazing to have. Now, I did think that the claws would break if trying to slash through wood, but, well, that's just one of those things that ARK is kind of passing by. So, they let you do a lot more than what would probably be possible. But, I think as many things have gotten wrong in my guesses. I also got a few right, so I think we're pretty happy with that. Anyway, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. I think he's, well, you're gonna be completely necessary to have, so it'll be great. Anyway, leave a like on the video. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Let me know what you think about this guy in the comments below, and I will see you next time.